All right, my friends. So phase two is challenging you in a little bit of a different way. I feel like that you guys are learning to step up in other ways than just getting your habits under control. So I'm actually causing some of you guys to really junk your comfort zone. That's my made up saying that I used to. Of course, my internet is unstable. What? Like, come on, bring all the hurdles my way in one night. So like you're having to step out of your comfort zone in ways that are completely different than what you experienced in phase one. In phase one, you were pushed hard to grow yourself, but phase two is going to grow you a lot different. I know that it's freezing. Trust me, I see it too. I get a notification every time it freezes up. So if you will, just try your best to be patient. And I promise that we're going to get through tonight together. There's a reason when you start feeling attacked, like Facebook locking your account down just because you want to try to help your friends. Yeah. When you feel attacked, there's a reason. There's a reason behind it. You're going to do big things. And so I get frustrated because things don't work out, but at the same time, I have to sit back and think, something big's going to come out of tonight, or either if it was easy, everybody would be doing it, right? Okay. So right now, I want you to represent your dorm right now. Put in the chat. And if you don't know where that is, just swipe to the left or swipe to the right. I don't really remember which it is on a phone, but swipe to the right. You'll see the chat and represent your dorm right now. Right, Ashlyn, you said it for real. Represent your chat right now. I mean, your dorm, I meant to say. I'm all over the place. Like, I literally am addled. What's the word? Okay. Nice. Keep putting your chat, putting in the chat your dorm. Next, I want you to tell me, of the people in your dorm, who do you feel, and you cannot pick your dorm leader. I need to tell you this. Dorm leaders are not, you cannot choose them for anything that I'm about to ask. Do you understand? Okay. They're awesome. We already know that. And by the way, they're randomly chosen. Like, I am absolutely telling you the truth. There's not any like masterminding behind it. They're completely randomly chosen, but aren't they awesome? Like, for real, y'all. Okay. So right now, do not choose your dorm leader, but I want you to tell me, in your dorm, who do you feel like is the most likely to succeed? Drop it in the comments. Of your dorm members, who do you feel like is the most likely to succeed? I am just loving these names. I am loving. Don't say all of them. I want you to put a person's name in there. Come on. They need this just as much as you do. Let them see their name. Don't rob them of that blessing. Most likely to succeed. Thank you, Karen. She's like, all of them. Okay, Laura. Okay. I know that it is a hard question because we're all winners. And that's the cool thing about scentsy, is that we can all succeed. And we don't have to pick one salutatorian, right? Thankfully, we can all win. But it is very encouraging for someone that might be working a little bit extra hard to see that other people notice their efforts. We're in business for ourselves, but sometimes it takes something like a boot camp to realize that we are not in business by ourselves, right? Okay, so right now, who in your boot camp dorm, and you can't use the same person's name that you just used, and you can't use your boot camp name, and you can't use your name. Who is the most encouraging in your dorm? Name them. Don't say everyone. Write out their name. The most encouraging. I love it. These names are just making my heart smile so much. I love that it's not the same names over and over. And that is a true testament to the power of scentsy. We all are able to touch people differently. All right, last final question. Who in your dorm, without being anybody that you've already named, it can't be a boot camp person and it can't be you, who is the most knowledgeable? The most knowledgeable. Go. Ooh, you guys are slowing down on this one. You're like, the most knowledgeable. Oh no, you can't, Lacey, remember you can't say the same names over and over. You have to pick a new name. If you've already said someone's name, then you need to pick a new person. One person can't take all the awards this time. I'm sure you can figure out someone else on your, just someone else that kind of seems to have a little bit of an idea of what's going on, just seems to be knowledgeable. Okay. All right. So now I want you to stop for a second and I want you to ask yourself the question, would someone in your dorm find you the most encouraging or encouraging at all? Would someone in your dorm even think at all that you were knowledgeable in any part of this business? Like even the most simple thing, would they say that you were knowledgeable? The only way that you can communicate encouragement or communicate knowledge is by sharing it. So if you're sitting back and you're holding back from your dorm, you're holding everyone's growth back. So I want this to be an encouragement to step out there. And the reason why you guys were so quick to name these people is because they're investing in you, in each other. Okay. So you bring something to the table too. Maybe in our next live, I'll ask a totally different question. Will somebody put your name there? Engage, participate. You don't have to be the boss. You don't have to be in charge. You don't have to be perfect on everything, but there's something you bring to the table. Okay. All right. So I'm going to ask you a question real quick. And then I have something amazing to share with you. Like you saw it. Last week spent I think it was like 43 minutes to the dot. And I sold way over $500 PRV and I got a new recruit. And I had crazy hair like this. And I wasn't in a nice outfit. I was in my pajamas. In fact, they never saw my face. And I did it all in like 43 minutes. Do you want to know how I did that? I'm going to share it. In just a second. But before we do that, we need a small commercial break. That's actually way super important. So I need you to know what my pastor said something today that I thought was really cool. He said, in order to get the honey, you got to deal with the bees, which I don't have to when I go to Publix and just grab it. But you know what I mean? Like, when you really think about what he's saying, we love to focus on why scentsy is fun. We love to focus on why scentsy is how it's helping us. But what happens when we encounter difficult times? What carries us and pushes us through those times and helps us persevere? I'm going to be honest. Can I just be super frank with you guys right now? I love you all. I think you all could be superstar directors. I don't really think that 2022 is too far of a reach for every single one of you guys to be superstar directors. I said superstar directors, not superstar consultants, all the way up. But what I find is that there are some of you that have such a fighting spirit for this. And there are some of you that are like, my dog's brother's toe is ingrown, and I just am not really sure. I'm just wanting to let you know that my dog's neighbor's friend's toes ingrown, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to. I don't know if it's going to affect me, but I just want to let you know ahead of time that this could potentially, I'm like, what? No. No. If you think and anticipate the worst, then more than likely you're already allowing yourself to think that that's a valid excuse for you to not persevere. You already have that excuse ready and in your pocket. In fact, you've already become okay with it, so much okay with that excuse that you are telling your superstar director about it. I love communication. I get a glimpse into each one of your lives, and I love it. But let me tell you why I've asked for you not to tell me your excuses. It's not because I have thin skin. I can take it. Okay. It's not because I don't want to know. I want to know. It's because I don't want you to go ahead and start giving yourself an out before you actually have to take it. Yeah. It's also because I don't want you to get used to speaking your excuses out loud, because you are absolutely going to be floored at what your neighbor is dealing with. They may not talk about it online. They may not put it in your dorm chat. They may not put it on their Facebook or social media. You may never hear about it, but their real life excuse that they're overcoming silently could put your little pitiful, wimpy excuse to absolute shame. Absolute shame. It floors me and it hurts my heart to see what some people are overcoming, and they will never talk about it. They will never whine about it. That I know what they're going through, and they will never say it out loud. But yet some of you guys are like, oh, I have to be careful. Sometimes I use excuses that you guys have given me, and I don't want to call anybody out, even though nobody else would know. But I just need to tell you that there are people on our journey together here that are experience some of what most of the world would say were tragic loss, and they're still getting their assignments done. And some of us are complaining about the weather before the weather even hits. Some of us are complaining about working late hours before we even know if we're going to have to work them. You get what I'm saying? Like, be careful. Be careful saying your excuses out loud. I'm just saying, be careful. I know they're valid to you, and they might be valid to me. I might read them and think, oh, poor Taylor. Oh, that's awful. I'm not the judge, but let me tell you, across the board, when you speak your excuses out loud, or even when you allow your brain to think on them, you give them power. Okay. So I want you to be careful and mindful of your excuses. But there's another reason why we see people persevering and doing really great and succeeding. And this actually doesn't have much at all to do with excuses. What do you think it is? What do you think the other concept or idea is that makes some people rise and some people drop or stay stagnant or whatever it is? You guys are nailing it. Being content is a form of being positive. So if you wrote negativity, positivity, if you wrote being content, being grateful, they're all in the same bucket. They just manifest themselves differently. Let that sink in, meditate on it later. I'm not wrong here, but being content is just another form of having a positive outlook. Okay. It makes you appreciate what you have. All right. Think on that later. All right. But let me tell you, it's not just you. You can be the most positive person in the world. But when you surround yourself with people that aren't positive, that people that don't cause you to align your paths in a positive way, oh my God, or your thoughts in a positive way, guys, it it breaks you down. It eats at you. It stunts your growth. There was a study done sometime in world history by scientists that are super smart, but I don't remember if it was Harvard or Duke or any of the, I don't even remember, but you could Google it later. They did a study with plants. Yeah, plants. They were trying to figure out if plants that don't have a soul, that don't have a heart or a heartbeat, don't have emotions, plants are non-emotional, right? They were trying to figure out if plants would thrive the same in a room that was filled with classical music, or if they would thrive as well in a room full of heavy metal, or did it make a difference? Look it up. It's the most interesting study ever. What do you think happened? Do you think it was neutral? Do you think one did well? One didn't? What do you think? Put it in the chat. What do you think? I'm not quizzing you. Like, it's totally fine. I just want your opinion. What do you think? What do you think thrived? What do you think the outcome was? Plant died. Now, if it's my house, you can rub them, massage them. You can, yeah, whatever. I'm a plant killer. Okay. So if you didn't Google it, or if you guessed classical, you are right. It was astonishing. There are pictures, and I can remember, I'm a former piano teacher and a classical music. Like, I've played the piano since I was super young classically, and I taught, and even some of my students went on to like win national competitions. And yeah, classical music is a big part of my background. And so I am telling you that if plants can pick up the difference between a positive, encouraging, enriching sound and vibe, guys, if plants know the difference, then you can't tell me that your soul doesn't. And it might be involuntary. You might not even like it. I mean, just like the plant's not saying, oh, I'm dying, I need to tune out this bad music. You know what I mean? Like, but listen, you are being exposed by the 5 people you spend the most time with, the 5 people that you watch the most on social media, on YouTube, the books that you read, the amount of TV and the choices that you make on what you watch, your friends. I'm not advocating for you to have phone conversations and say, hey, my superstar director did a training last night. You're a negative influence on my life. Peace out. It was fun, but I got goals. No, please don't have that communication. But what I do want to challenge you to is find some positive influences in your life. Maybe those plants just really love to jam out to some hard rock. But what would happen if they added classical music just while they slept? I mean, plants don't sleep, but you get what I'm saying. What would your life look like if you just chose to purposely add in a few pieces of severe, amazing, concentrated positivity? There are some people in your life that they may be pro scentsy, but every time you talk to them, they're on a rant. Well, I'm just being honest. Oh, that phrase makes me crazy. Oh my gosh, that phrase, like, if you say that, you're just allowed to have somebody for supper for the next 15 minutes, right? I just want you guys to know that your influences are every single minute of your waking moment. Like, your phone is in your hands so much. What are you looking at? It's not gray. It's either black or white. It's either helping you stay in a mental flow, or it is hindering your positive flow. Okay. Don't look at it as gray. Don't look at it as, well, she's just having a bad month, year, life. Don't look at it as oh, well, the news makes me more informed. Okay. But what would it look like if you were less informed? Would you be more positive? I mean, do you need to know how many murders there were last night in your city to live your best life? I'm just asking for a friend. I've watched the news maybe twice in my whole life, It's terrifying. I live just fine. I was sad that I didn't know that what was her name? Princess Diana. Well, I found out at church the next day. She must have died on a Saturday night, because at church the next day, everybody knew except me. I did feel a little sad that I didn't learn that from a TV screen. Yeah, freaking right. That didn't stunt my growth. Like, you're going to get the news that you need to get. You're going to be just fine. There's a weather bug app that I use to get the weather. I don't need to watch all the negativity on TV. I could go on forever. I just want you to know that maybe the reason that you've not really been on a good path and truly succeeded, it might not have anything to do with you. Maybe it has to do with the influences that you're allowing in your life. I'm not asking you to cut the cord on everybody. I'm just asking you to add in some of the good stuff. Okay? Like we've been doing for our nutrition. I'm not asking, have I asked you to stop eating Debbie cakes? No, I'm saving that for phase 3. I'm kidding. I've not asked you to stop doing anything. Have I? I don't think. But I have encouraged you to get more sleep. I have encouraged you to eat something green. I have encouraged you to eat fruit. I have encouraged you to drink water. Okay? Because I realize that if I came at you and been like, okay, actually, Christina, you need to go and send me a picture of your pantry, and I better not see anything with processed sugars or anything with grain. I mean, I could hit you up with some paleo. I mean, I'm a nutrition coach. Let's do it. But I know that there's a better way. And instead of cutting and telling you, no, you can't do this, I'm just going to introduce to you better ways. Introduce to yourself better ways. Starting tomorrow, introduce better, more positive influences in your life. Okay? Promise me you will. I mean, across the board, not just in your Scentsy land life. Okay? There are some people in Scentsy that do really, really well, but I can't watch their YouTube videos. They are very, I feel like, I don't know what the word is. I don't feel encouraged. I feel beaten. I don't know, they're amazing and I should be able to learn from them. But for me, that doesn't put me in a positive place, even though the content's great, and they're great. For me, I've learned I have to align myself with people that keep me in the positive mindset. Okay, enough of that. Do you have a why? Do you have a why for why you do Scentsy? So the other day, I asked you why you deserve to succeed, and some of you really struggled with that, and that was me. I asked you to do that challenge because I struggled. I've struggled my whole life thinking that I deserved anything. So when Scentsy come along, I realized that I deserve to win with Scentsy because I could be trusted with the outcome. I want my family to be changed forever because of Scentsy, and it doesn't stop there. I deserve to succeed with Scentsy because I'm going to take my Sunday night at 8:30-ish, and I'm going to pour into the lives of other people because I want them to succeed too. That's why I deserve to succeed. I'm not going to hold it all to myself. I'm going to be able to give more missionaries money for the kids on their mission field. I'm going to be able to donate more to the charities that we do. I'm going to be able to be a better mom and a wife because I'm not trying to work a 9-to-5 or work night shift or whatever it is that you do. Guys, you deserve to win at this because of all the reasons that you're going to be a blessing to everybody else in your life. Of course, you're going to be a blessing to yourself, and you deserve to win just solely for that. But those of you that struggled with this, I want you to think bigger than yourself. You deserve to succeed because there are people that are going to be blessed as the outcome. Okay. Aren't you really glad that Orville and Heidi dug their heels in early on in the Scentsy journey when things got rough, when they were working full-time jobs and coming home and making bars in a, what do they call that? Shipping container? I mean, to think of their story and then to listen to some of you not wanting to overcome, I'm like, well, aren't you glad that Orville and Heidi didn't let their excuses stop them? They understood too that they deserved to win at Scentsy. Why? Because every sleepless night that they had, they will tell you they were thinking of us. They were thinking of the one day that they'd be able to celebrate people for accomplishments like paying off of a house or being able to retire in their 30s or 40s. You know, like they were doing it for something bigger. So I want us to just know that coming up soon, I'm going to ask you to name your why. I won't ask you to share it. It's better and more powerful if you will, but I won't ask you to. Your why should make you cry. Your why should pull at something really deep that maybe you're not even comfortable thinking about much. Your why should also be able, listen carefully here, your why should be able to be, I was going to say transcended, but that's wrong, but like equated. Okay, that's the word I'm thinking of. Your why should be able to be equaled or equated to $1. Okay, let me tell you what I mean. This is my favorite thing to talk about. I wanted, your why should change. And one time in my last almost 13 years of doing Scentsy, my why was completely to be able to retire my husband. I didn't want him to have to do concrete work anymore. I didn't want him to have to work. I really didn't. And so I was at an event and they were like, your why, write your why down. And then now put a dollar amount to it. And at that moment, before that moment of the husband's truck and paying and being able for him to retire, my why had always been to be a blessing to others. Fantastic why, but you can't really put a dollar amount to that, can you? Being a blessing to others is great, but it's not going to push you and pull you in the right directions when times get hard, whenever you want to give up, and whenever you are struggling to get through one of these crazy challenges that Laura didn't give you enough time to do. You need to be able to say, but in the end, this is going to be worth it because my why is bigger than this bit of aggravation. So then I started thinking, and the speaker was really like adamant, like put a dollar sign down now, write a number. And it was really hard for me. I had been very comfortable with my why until that moment, until that speaker. Because it is the heartbeat. I want to be a blessing to others. I want to start with my family. I want to be a blessing to my Maple. I want to be able to buy her the best, most expensive food ever. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to be a blessing to everybody. I want all of you guys to succeed. I want the missionaries that we send checks to succeed. I want the whole world to be better because I'm in Scentsy. But that isn't enough. I needed a specific, tangible why. And so that's the night that I decided that my new why would be for my husband to retire. What would that look like? How many thousands of dollars a month would it take to replace his income? I put that number on my calendar and we did it. Okay. I had already retired myself. That wasn't my why anymore. Yeah. You got to find a why that's freaking scary. You have to find a why that seems impossible. You have to find a why that if you let yourself really relax and think about it, you might even tear up because it seems too good to be true. Because it seems far-fetched. That's the why I want you to write in the front of your calendar. Being a blessing to others is great. Being retired, that might be your why. That was my why for a long time. I wanted to retire myself. I wanted to completely 1000% be able to work Scentsy and not have to work outside the home, not have to teach piano. And I did, but I had to put a dollar amount beside that. I needed to know how much I needed to bring in before I could really relax with that why. Okay. So when we ask for your why should make you cry. Your why should be attached to a dollar amount. Okay. Some people get in Scentsy and they're like, my why is to travel. Good. How much you need to travel? Like, what kind of budget are we talking? Are you wanting to travel to Airbnbs in your state? Are you wanting to go to Dubai? Like, let's define travel. Let's put a dollar amount to it. You know what I mean? So I want you to think specific. Your whys can change too. My whys have changed like 800 times since I started Scentsy. And they will continue to change. And the day that I stop setting new whys is the day that I will be stagnant. I will stop growing, and you'll have to do a boot camp for me. Okay. All right. So the part we all wanted to get to, I want to talk to you about, actually I have to talk to you about something else real quick. You'll hang on and you'll just let me say this part. Some of us are attached to negativity. I'm going back to the topic before. I forgot to say something. I saw it on my notes. Some of us are attached to negativity. It's attached to us at our hip. I grew up with a very negative family, not all of them, just my mom. Many of you guys are married to negative spouses. Some of you have negative upline. You can't just ditch those relationships. I could go on and on. Some of you guys are you're attached to a negative source at your hip, and you can't break that, right? You can't go to Scentsy and say, hey, my director is so negative. I need to jump ship. I want to join her team. I want to go there. I want to be on that person's team. Scentsy, yeah, that's not happening. So what do you do in those situations? You guys help me come up with some ideas. What do you do when you're attached to negativity at the hip? Whether it's in a relationship that you cannot get out of, whether or not it's maybe a authoritative figure in your life that you can't get away from. What can you do when you can't break that chain of negativity? I love the ideas that are coming in, don't you guys? I love this. Enough said. I don't have to say another word. You guys are doing it way better than I could. So good. So good. These are beautiful. I hope you guys are reading the chat and watching these comments come in, because they are powerful things. They're powerful things, you guys. Oh my gosh, they're so powerful. And I have learned that from experience, I've learned that sometimes you are face to face every single day with negativity that is overwhelming and growth stunting. But I believe that God still has somebody in your path that you can learn from, that will keep you in the right frame of mind. So maybe your upline is super negative. Maybe they are really hard to get along with, or whatever the case is. I don't know. There's enough trainers on the training center in the workstation. There's enough YouTube people that willingly share their ideas. You're going to find somebody, sister. You're going to find somebody just fine. Okay. Moving on. Okay. The fun part that we came for. I want to talk to you about that event that I did that in my pajamas, with Maple in my lap, actually. So it is called a messenger party. Raise your hand if you've ever watched my YouTube video on messenger parties. All right. Put it in the comments if you are in the chat, if you've ever watched my messenger party. So, or you can raise your hand on here. That's really cool too. So don't feel bad if you've not seen it. It's all good. But I want you to know that it has been amazing. Like, I came up with it when we moved, because I wanted a way to stay connected to my customers where we lived before, like 4.5 hours away. But then COVID hit, and I even more realized the value of a messenger party. So I want to just talk to you a little bit about it and inspire you. And I want you to know that I did do a video on it on YouTube. I do not feel like that video is very all-inclusive. I feel like that probably, if I did that video again, I would probably maybe go into a little bit more detail. I was trying to keep it at under 5 minutes. And so I just had to hit the highlights of my messenger party. So messenger party was basically just something that I wanted to try because I was seeing that I needed a way to build community to my customers, because I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, we all shop better and we all spend more when we are connected and when there's community. Okay. So I can go to Target and be a good girl, or I can go with Tabitha, and just because she's there and we're having more fun and it's social shopping, I'm going to spend more. Okay. I just am. And so when we are thinking of ways to have fun with our customers, I want you to know that an average customer for me might normally spend 30 to 40 bucks, but in a messenger party, it's probably going to be 75. I see almost double. Okay. And I've been doing this for messenger parties for 5 years. I think it's been about 5 years. Okay. Average party or average customer order is almost double because they're shopping together. All right. So a messenger party. So of course we're using Messenger. Sometimes I'm the host. Sometimes I have a host. I call it an express event. I've played around with the names, messenger party. People just don't like the word party. All right. Generations way before us ruined that name, party. And now people run like the plague when you say the P word. Okay. Sorry, they do. Express scent event is what I call mine. And I'll say something like, hey, I'm having an express scent event this coming Thursday night from 8 to 8:45. I'm going to be doing a bunch of clearance, some in-stock things too. It's going to be fun. I'm going to do some giveaways. Let me know if you want in. They always say yeah. They always say yeah. Okay. And then I tell them that it is exclusive. Thank you, Valena. I do say that it's exclusive because I want them to know that I cap the attendees. I have to, because it gets a little cray-cray if you invite a whole bunch of people, and it's better to have two express scent events than have one big one, because you just have to trust me. Okay. So I wanted, when I created my scent event, I wanted a way to, and messenger party and express scent event are the same thing. You can put whatever label on it if you want. You guys may come up with way cooler names than that, but I just let people know that it is a no purchase necessary, no obligation. I let them know that, what else do I tell them? Sometimes when I'm trying to build my customer base, like some of you guys are failing in Scentsy because your list of 100 is super wimpy. All right. You are awesome. This boot camp is awesome. But if you don't learn how to get more people on your list of 100, your growth is going to be I can't think of the right, stunted. Okay. And I know that too. And so if I'm not onboarding at least 10 new customers a month, I'm like, what I got to do? I start twitching. Okay. My scent events are a way to do that. People that have participated in my scent events before, they're the perfect candidate. Okay. And I'll go back to them and I'll say, hey, Yolanda, I'm doing one of those express scent events again. You got some stuff last time. I wanted to let you know, if you want in this time, I've got 2 spots left. You can bring you and a friend if you want. And she's like, oh my heck, yes. And my mom wants in. So at the end of a scent event, I usually will do a call to action. Hey, if you would like to host one of these, let me know. I get a lot of rebookings from that, but then I also will go into my VIP page and I will say, hey, 2 spots left for a scent event, or for an express scent event this coming Saturday. Who wants in? Some people will say, what the heck is an express, scent event? Some people will say, oh, my kid's, dad's neighbor's birthday is that weekend. I can't do it, whatever, but I fill every spot. I feel every single spot. And that's my deal with myself. What's the cap depends on you. As in my YouTube video, I recommend starting with 5 or 7. I do not feel comfortable even now being a seasoned scent event putter honor. I cap it at 10. There was one time that I let 12 people get in and it was a little, I didn't feel like that it went as well. But so you have to be very strict. Well, let me tell you this. So I go around the day before and I take pictures and videos. I wonder if I can play this video for you guys. I told myself this would be easy to do when I was on, I'm going to actually pull up my last Express scent event. So as you can see, I don't know if you can, it says Leah's Express scent event. Can you see that? Oh, I probably should clean everything, clean my laptop, clean my phone. Okay. So I also will sometimes go back and archive or whatever it's called, like when you shut this down. I haven't done that in a really long time. I don't even know if you still can. So I'm just going to go through this a little bit and just let you in. In a perfect world, I'd be able to do a mock scent event for all of you guys, but I don't trust Facebook. I think they'd shut it down. There's too many people. So Leah's Express scent event. I made a flyer. It's not going to let me show you the flyer. And this is, I copy and paste this because I do a lot of them. So it makes it really easy. I just copy and paste when I do a new one. Welcome to Leah's Express scent event. You're in the right spot. Remember to set the alarm in your own phone for Tuesday at 8:45 p.m. Eastern. That's when the magic happens. Until then, I'll share a little bit about me and a little bit about Scentsy. And remember, you can shop or share Leah's personal link at any time, and she gets 100% of the credit from each of the orders. Okay. And then I share Leah's scent event. This is 2 days before the event. And then Leah goes to town, adding people. Okay. Then I share a picture about me, a picture of me and my family. Oh, Laura, a group. This is group chat. Yeah. Yeah. Group. And then I tell my Scentsy story. I know it looks long, but it's hard to put 13 years of a Scentsy story in like 2 paragraphs, right? So I talk about, and I end it with, I cannot wait to get to know each of you guys a little bit better and hopefully get to serve your fragrance needs too. Because remember, it hasn't started yet. I'm still trying to earn their trust. And then on the day of the party, like 12 hours before, I say, hey friends, it's party day. While we unpatiently wait for 8:45 p.m. to get here, I'll get to that. I know you guys are blowing it up with some questions, but hold on. I'm going to go through this. I promise to make it. Most of your questions are going to get answered. I promise. Anyway, I said, while we unpatiently wait for 8:45 p.m. to get here, here's an FAQ about what is Scentsy and other different questions that you might have regarding products. And then guys, I literally went to my website, my personal website. I literally went to the FAQ all the way down. If you scroll to the bottom of your website, it says FAQ or what is Scentsy? I can't remember what it says. Frequently asked questions and fast facts is what it is. And I shared that link because I don't have time to make a flyer. Did it lose sound for everybody or just Vicky? Give me just Vicky. Okay. All right. So, refresh your, whatever it's called, Vicky, and it'll come back. Okay. So then the pre-orders start happening. The pre-orders start coming in and I go right here and share it. I let them know that people getting their stuff. That's like me texting you going, Target Dollar Spot has those cute little Valentine gnomes that we were talking about. And I just got a whole buggy full and there's other people behind me stocking up. Come quick. That's what I did here. I put a little bit of, what's that called? Like that. I put a little FOMO. Everybody else is like, well, should I go ahead and check out this personal link too? Other people are shopping. Anyway, all of this is me saying, thank you for your online order. Gail, you are incredible. Thanks for pre-ordering through Leah's link. Okay. And then I say less than 2 hours until go time. In a bit, I'll post how the event will go. You're going to have a blast. See, I wait until right before to blast them with the rules, because there are rules. I'm a former teacher. You think they're going to be getting out of this easy? No. All right. So here's how it works. I'm literally going to read it to you because I want you to just be like a fly on the wall. And I'm not the expert in this. There are people that probably do messenger parties way cooler, but this works for me. I always sell 5, 7. I've sold $1,200 in an evening before. Like, guys, messenger parties are where it's at. Like, I never want to ever, don't tell my customers, I never, ever want to go to their living room and set up ever again. I don't ever want to do that, because this is where it's at. This is where people want to shop. Here, okay, so here's what I write. Here's how this works. The items you see shared are either products that I have in inventory, or there's a deep discount on each of them. Why can I say that? Because we're in a sale, y'all. Everything in the whole freaking or not everything. Okay, almost everything I'm going to be sharing and highlighting is discounted on the Scentsy website right now. Okay. Sorry, I get distracted when I see stuff come in. Okay. I will post the pic or the video. I will name the price and either how many I have, or how many I have. You wait for these deets. Like, I literally tell them, you either wait for the details, or you say, want it, I want 1, I want 3, I want 10. Okay. If you do not want it, do nothing. Like, this is write this and circle it in your notebook right now. Highlight it. Like, prick your finger and put some blood around it. Like, this is important. If you do not want it, simply do nothing. Wait for another item to post. Guys, the last thing in the freaking world that you want in a messenger party is cluttered opinions. Okay? Because maybe you were just about to sell that, but somebody has to say, ooh, looks too green, or that looks like my mom's rug, or my grandma's rug, or my great grandma's rug, or what does it smell like? I don't have time to answer those questions. This is an express event. So I say, please have a running tab on your end, and I will for you as well. When we will then reconcile our tabs to make sure they match at the end when I send you the total of the items that you have selected. I kindly ask for you not to claim an item and then change your mind later, as many items might not last, and it wouldn't be fair for you to claim something that you do not intend to pay for. If you have a question about an item, message me in another message. I will delete that crap. I don't tell them that in the message, but I delete stuff all the time, because I need for it to be, Carrie, I will answer all of that in just a second. I promise. I need for this to be streamlined and super easy, because at the end of the night, I want 5 other people to book a Express Send event. And so it needs to be easy. When I'm going back through making sure that I've got what everybody has ordered, I don't need to be going through all these chaotic, opinions. Like, ugh. Like, I don't even let them post, oh, that's my favorite one. No. Do you want it? Or do you not want it? Like, that's all we're here for. We're shopping. Okay. Let's see. Okay, if you have a question about an item, please message me in another message, not on this one. It's going to get lost in here, as this is a fast-paced event. May the fastest fingers win. Yeah, like, I just totally let them know that their friends are in competition with them. Okay. Thumbs up this message when you've read it completely. And then I have to tell them how to thumbs stuff up, because you're dealing with every genre of human techie person. Thumb up this message when you've read it completely. Simply hold your finger down on this and it will allow you to choose the thumb up emoji. Okay. So where do I write that out? There. May the fastest fingers win. All the good stuff tonight. 7 thumbs up. See it? Okay. All right. Then I say 3 minutes until we begin. Hope you have your pen and paper ready. Also, did you know that scentsy offers a lifetime warranty? I put that plug in there because I'm probably going to be selling some demo warmers, just to let you know. All right. I changed my mind so much. I use demo warmers in my house. I think they're pretty for like 1 season. And I'm like, actually, what's coming out in the new catalog is way cooler. I don't want that anymore. So I sell my demo warmers usually for about 20% less than what I paid for them. And I offer a free bulb and lifetime guarantee, warranty, whatever, right? I need them to know that even if they're getting one of my demo warmers for a deal, scentsy still going to back it with a lifetime warranty. Okay. And then I go to town. I use, so the day before, you remember I had taken pictures. Well, hold on. Some of those pictures are me holding it because I have it in inventory. Some of these are videos. Listen.
All right, my friends, this is a wall fan diffuser. I wanted to show you how it worked. There's a fan on the inside of it that turns on whenever you turn the switch on. You put pods in there. This is what we call our nestless fragrance. It's really great. 1 pod for a small room, 2 pods for a large room. Put it on, the fan will blow it, and you are good to go. These pods last a really long time. The neat thing about these is that you can leave them on 24/7. They last a long time, and these pods are no messy, like so kids and pets, and they're just really perfect. Plus, this little part swivels around so that if your outlets are going horizontally or whatever, this actually rotates so that you are good to go.
Okay, I pre-recorded that, and what they don't know is that same video goes in all of my scent events. You know, like, why reinvent the wheel? I had my nails done that day anyway, right? So I will then post a picture. So like this says item 5. I have 3 of these wall fan diffusers that you just saw in that video in stock and more online. Your price is $22. Okay. That's a little bit cheaper than what they are on the website. I think they're 25 minus 250. So I should have added 50 cents, but in this, I cut all the change. So so even though on the website it's $22.50, because it's a messenger party, I can sell whatever the heck I want to. Okay. I cut the 50 cents because I don't do math well and I need it to be easy. Yeah. So let's see. I just go through. I try to have somewhere between 25 and 30 items ready. Some of them are things that I'm holding up. Others of them are just images that I got off of Google. I'm selling things that I have in stock, but then I'm also showcasing things that I don't, that are just things from the clearance tab. Grab that right off my website. Went to my website, went to the clearance tab, whatever, click that with my finger, held it down, and it says save image. Save that mug to my phone, went to town with it. I do, let's see. I'm trying to see what else I want to talk about. Yeah, same thing. This was on our website whenever I did this, and I didn't like the picture of the one on my workstation website. So I went to Pinterest and found that one. I give away free things. So item 33, free with any $10 purchase. What am I giving away? Scent soap jars. Appleberry. Oh, I just say free with any $10 purchase from this event, pre-orders or orders from this express party count. And then they say, yes, please. I want one. Okay. Why do I have them claim their free samples? Anybody know? Anybody know why I have them claim their free samples? Contact information. Yeah, a little bit, but that's not the main reason. Jesse, you pretty much almost nailed it. It's algorithms, and to make everybody else that forgot that this was happening, their phone's going to start dinging and they're like, oh yeah, I forgot about the express event. Man, people are getting stuff. What are they getting? Free stuff. Oh, dang. You know what I'm saying? Like, it keeps them, you want them engaging. So the reason I have them claim their free sample is to keep them engaged. They don't have to spend, or yeah, some of the samples I just give away for free. And I'm like, okay, I've made up 15 samples today. I might not would do 15. I might would say 5. If I was doing a party for 7 people, I would say 5. First 5 people to claim this sample of black raspberry vanilla gets it. And they claim it, and that's no purchase necessary. These glass jars are really heavy and they will break if I mail them alone. So that's why I had them have to spend $10 so that the package was bigger. Does that make sense? They're really heavy too. So when I mailed them, I needed for it to be justified. Does that make sense? You do you. Every messenger party that I do is completely different. I have some mental disorder that makes me bored, stiff, and I never do two messenger parties the same way, ever. How boring would that be? So totally use the clearance item, clearance stuff. Like I know in the chat, sorry, I'm trying to look at my phone and the chat. A lot of you guys are asking, so I have to use in stock. I never said that. I never said that you had to use in stock items. You can totally do a complete messenger party and kick butt using the clearance section of your website right now. You save those pictures, you make sure you know what price they are, and you go to town like a boss. You do not have to have one thing in stock. Now, I recommend maybe having some samples in stock or even some cotton cleanups. Sometimes I'll do that. Okay, I have 7 cotton cleanups up for grabs. You can only claim 1. You get what I'm saying? Giving them for price free. You do not have to use your own stock. Okay? Does it work better? I don't know. You play that. If you were my customer, would you get more excited if you knew I had it in stock? I don't know. Everybody's different. So you do you. I do not want you to feel like you have to go buy stock for a messenger party. That defeats the purpose. All right. You're going to get free stock because of your messenger party. Then you're going to have inventory. How about that? You get what I'm saying? Like, okay. Final item. I always let them know when the final item is. And then I put this. Thanks for joining our Express event. Hope you had fun. I'll be in touch with a private message soon. That's where you'll get your total and how to check out. Until then, anything above that's not been claimed is fair game. This is when people that have joined late start going back up. Look what they say. Thank you. I want one item 26 counter clean. Thanks. I want one item 6. You know what I mean? So, then the next morning, good morning. It's me again. I wanted to let you know that Leah's personal shopping link is actually still open and the clearance section is loaded. Here's a link to it and all of my specials. So I put her shopping link in there, and then people are still placing orders. So I still say thank you to them. Anyway, guys, this is so simple and so easy. This girl messaged me later. I could pull up her text, but that would take time. And she's like, Laura, how crazy would it be if okay. So she had messaged me. I got to tell you something, because there's a part missing from this messenger party that I do not want you to miss. Leah had messaged me before because she had like $150 or so, maybe 180 in pre-orders. And she's like, Laura, maybe this is crazy, but how would it be if I maybe wanted to become a consultant? Because of course I had kind of like dropped that little bug in her ear the whole time she's been one of my customers, you know? And she knew she was getting close to the 200 mark. And because I've coached my customers, they know how much they need to be able to qualify for a discounted host exclusive kit, right? So she knew she was getting close, $20 away. And she's like, and I was like, girl, let's do it. Let's do it. So we were already going to flip this party. If I'm in my normal messenger parties, there's always a plug for, and I have a host exclusive kit available for one person from this party, whoever wants it. This is what's in the host exclusive kit. This is how much it is. And I can only give it to one person from tonight's party. Who wants in? Okay. So every express event that I do, I almost always get a flipped hostess or a consultant to join my team, because I'm not just selling things from the clearance tab and from my living room inventory box. I'm selling the starter kit. I'm selling the opportunity. I do not wait till the end of the party to do that. I make that like item 17, so that the whole time they're shopping, they're thinking about, wow, my tab is already at $64, but she said the host exclusive kit was $59 or less, you know, because the party might be doing good and I can discount it more, you know, whatever it is, that's going to be in the back of their mind the whole party. So I usually do the host exclusive kit. I interject that about item 15 or 16. And remember, I'm pushing for 25 or 30 items that I'm going to highlight. It's rare for me to do one and someone not sign up. Okay. I'll be honest, this is not just how I recruit. It's how I sell. I do a lot of fundraisers. Fundraising is my heart. I do get free product from doing fundraisers, where I can sell it. Okay. And, I can sell these products and get rid of them. But then also, if I don't have inventory on hand, I can keep the party going, and the experience is the same because I can use the clearance tab. You can always use a scent warmer of the month. So you can say, hey, nobody knows about this, but this new bar is not even in the catalog or on the website, and I only have, how many do we get? 8 of them. My brain went dumb. I think we get 8 now. I only have 8 of them. Here's the price. This is exclusive just to you. Okay. And please don't be posting it all over, because I'm not supposed to sell it until February 1st. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can make this very special. You can make this super enticing to where the next time you wave that I'm hosting a scent event and I have 2 spots left, they're like, me. When's your next one? Dang, I missed out. When's your next one? I'm like, well, I don't have another one on the book. So you want to host one? Okay. So I know some of you guys probably have questions. I'll tell you, one of the biggest questions I get asked is, how do I do the host rewards when I sell things from my inventory? That does make it hard. Ideally, hopefully, and just like Leah bought, I don't know how much, but she bought a lot of stuff from this event. And so I was able to just do math, and her party got over 500. So I took 15%, and I was able to I'm able to do a lot of their host rewards just from what I'm selling in stock. Does that make sense? It's a math game. You just have to get a pen and paper and go to town. I don't mean that in an ugly way, but I am going to say that nobody showed me how to do it either. I made all of this up in my own brain, like 5 or 6 years ago. I did it the first time with 5 people, maybe 7. Dang, I can't remember that first party. And I told them, I need 5 guinea pigs. I have a brainstorm and I need to put this in play. Who wants to be my 5 guinea pigs? You do not have to buy anything. I said, I just need 5 people, 5 of my customers that are willing to try this new idea. Am I frozen still? Am I good? Good. Thank you, friends. I had a bunch of people sign up. A lot of my VIPs are, they want to help me. And so they got on and I ran it. Not as cool as as I do now, but I did. And they were like, Laura, we really want to buy this stuff. I'm like, no, you don't have to. Like, that's not, I just need help knowing how this would flow. And I need your feedback at the end to know how I can make it better. And I'm going to send you something for free. I was planning on sending them each a car bar for their time. I sold, oh, I can't remember. Go watch my YouTube video. I think I sold $500 or $700 that night on what was supposed to be a practice. So I challenge you, go to your customers, find 5. I probably would cap it at 5 if you're not super quick on your feet. 5 people that are willing to help you with a brainstorm idea. Okay. Tell them that you're wanting just a pilot program type thing. They don't have to buy anything, but you just need to try it out on them, practice on them. Take all your pictures ahead of time. Do not wait until that night to start going around the house snapping pictures. Don't do it. Have you a sheet of paper with all the things written out that you want to do, because it is fast paced and that's you too. You can't expect your customers to be fast paced if you slow. Know the number and the item that you want to do and have a picture or a video already saved to your phone so that you're ready to go. I usually post something every 2 minutes, really about every minute. And that's the way I have found to make the 25 items flow. Okay. Oh, iPhone. I don't know. I'm going to try to record this, but I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to be successful at recording this and uploading it. So grab what you need now. And remember, nobody worded stuff for me either. 5 or 6 years ago, when I did my first one, I didn't even have anybody to tell me how to do this. I didn't get to see a screenshot. I just was willing to fail. I was willing to fail. I was willing to have an idea and it bomb, but it didn't bomb. And now it's been a beautiful thing that people in every country that we sell Scentsy, people do messenger parties, all because I wasn't afraid to fail. I didn't have anybody to word stuff. I didn't have anybody to let me see theirs, but I had a dream, and I just went for it. So what kind of payments do I accept? All the ones that we normally accept. Like, this is just a regular party. So if you normally run everybody's credit card through your Venmo or PayPal, or Amy I don't know how many of you guys use Amy, but you can send invoices that way. Like, don't overthink this. Just jump into it. If someone else is hosting, they choose the other 4 to 6 people that would be added. Yes. And I coach them through how to do that. This would be good use of the boards app. Have your pictures and wording saved. Yeah, you could, but you don't have to have anything fancy. Those of you that are techie, yeah, use the boards app. I use the notes in my phone. It works just fine. But of course, or sometimes I just speak it into my phone because it's faster than typing. I'm going back through the picture or through the questions. Is it better to post in the VIP page or regular page about the messenger party? I don't guess it really matters. Just remember that if you plan to do personal specials, or say that you have inventory, then you can't say that on a VIP page. You can't say that on your own social media pages. You can't say that in stories. You can't say that anywhere. The only way you can say that is through one-on-one communication, which is what I had Lee do. I gave her a script and I was like, Lee, this is what you send to everybody on your invite list. And in that, and I told her, I was like, send it by text or messenger. And honestly, those posts that you're thinking about doing, like those blab posts on social media where you're like, you share something to your profile picture and expect people to order from it, they don't like that. That's lazy. Text and messenger is where it's at, that one-on-one communication. So if I do post on the VIP page, I just say, hey, I have 2 spots left for an express scent event. I leave it at that. I can't say anything else about inventory or demo warmers or discount. I can't say any of that. That's all out of compliance. and my customers have been trained through text on what an express sent event is. But if somebody gets on my VIP page and says, hey, what's that? Then I message them privately and I let them know what it is. I do not write it in the comments on that VIP page. Host exclusive kit doesn't have to go to the hostess, right? Oh yeah, it does. But if you're doing the party yourself, and if you are, okay, how do I say this? If I'm doing a party for Leah, let's just say, no, let me pick a new person who's paying attention right now. Tina, I'm doing a party for you, Tina. You're awesome. And I love your red maroon jacket. Okay. So Tina is going to be my host for tonight's scent event, express scent event. But I've already had a conversation with Tina and she has assured me she does not want the host exclusive kit. She just wants to be my best customer. While we're in the party, Tina's buddy, Little Debbie or Sarah Lee says, ooh, I want the scent event, or I want the host exclusive kit. Then in the workstation, I need to move them to the host in order for it to wrap around. I'm still going to take care of Tina. She getting her free stuff. The workstation doesn't really care. Like, it's not like Scensy's like, oh, Laura, we're going to call you tomorrow to make sure that the stuff you put in Tina's cart on the workstation actually made it to her house. They don't care. They're just trying to figure out what to put in the box. The workstation is divided up between customers and hosts, credit, and stuff like that, just to help you and to help them later on. But that's a different story. They're going to put it in one great big box. So just work it out. Does that make sense? Work it out on your own sheet of paper. The other way of doing this is to have more than one event going on. Have a fundraiser. Hopefully you're not trying to put all your eggs in one basket anyway, and not just trying to do one way of getting PRV. Okay. So I know I went kind of quick on that. I know it's probably, I didn't teach it like I should, but you can switch hostesses, and then you can also just work it out that Tina gets her free and half price things by having it shipped to your house. You also don't have to give, if Little Debbie wanted to sign up or Sarah Lee wanted to sign up, you don't have to, you can give them the PRV from the party, but not give them the free and half price things too. Okay. So Tina could still be getting that stuff. Does that make sense? Okay. I'm going to take just a couple more questions. We are way over time. Each individual customer has to pay their individual shipping. Yeah. Yes, Laura, there's a whole video on how to flip a party when it's not the original hostess. That's right. Yeah, Karen, I wouldn't make anybody else pay somebody else's shipping for sure. Do you ever say I have 2 of these up for order and then order that item, or only in stock? I don't really know how to answer that. Do you ever say I have 2 of these up for order and then order that item? I don't really limit it. If it's a workstation item, I don't really say that. Now, sometimes I'll say I have 2 in stock and then more online. I'll say that. But if it's an item online, I just say unlimited, or, I mean, like, I don't know if I'm answering your question right. I create an event on my business page and share it to my personal page. VIP people message me individually to be more personal. Yeah. How many total humans are in the average party? We already went through that. When people want to shop, they'll get the money to you, right? How do I charge for shipping? Like, I just charge them. Like, I don't really know. Like, if you just weigh their stuff and put it into PayPal shipping, or I don't know all the shipping different things, but, or you just take it up to the post office and say, how much is this? I try to get everything in one of these bubble mailers, $8.45. You can put a large tub of washer whiffs in here with all kinds of other stuff. It's crazy. And then that way I know that they are, and I'll tell them sometimes, I'll say, dude, you are paying for shipping, but I have plenty more room in your bag if you want to add more things. And they're like, would there be an additional shipping charge if I added 6 more bars? I'm like, no, I can get 6 in there. And then they're like, okay, add me 6 of that Luna that you had. You get what I'm saying? Now, if you are splitting the shipping of the in-stock items and the shipping of the workstation items, and they're paying double shipping, use your head. The goal is for them to come back to you and do another one day. So if you have to take a $2 or $3 loss in order to keep the integrity of your express events high, where people are beating down the door to get in, it looks like Black Friday when you say you're having one, you're going to come out on the winning end. Don't be stingy. And if you've got a lady that bought $60 worth of in-stock stuff and $60 worth of inventory from the workstation, and she's already paying $8 for the workstation stuff to be shipped, cut that girl a deal, or get it all in and ship it to get it all in free to your house and then reship it out. So she's not paying for 2 different shipping charges. Does that make sense? Work it out. Like I said, you're just gonna have to play. There are some scenarios that might be easier than others. And at the end of the day, we're all independent consultants. So you can do it however you want. But I would just tell you to be generous, because if you do this right, you will never have to beg for PRV again. Listen to me. You do not see me begging for PRV. In fact, I don't even have to post about scentsy on my regular page. And yet I'm selling $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 in PRV every single month. I earn every single incentive trip without even trying. I don't print off trackers. I don't try to worry about what the workstation. I never need PRV. And messenger parties are a huge part of that. So if you do this right, you may have to maybe absorb some ouchies. Maybe you have to send a sample out to one person that didn't even order from the party, freeloader, just here for the freebies. And that might make you feel bad, like, dang, I have to put this thing in the mail and ship this sample out because this tightwad didn't order anything else. And that might make you feel bad. But I'm telling you, if you do this right and act smart, you may never have to beg or worry about PRV again. And that's what you wanted to know, right? That's why we're here, huh? And new customers. Oh my God. And recruits. Like, it's going to check the boxes. I'm so passionate about this. Like, I want you to do it. Do it. Trust me. It's going to be hard at first. So I really do recommend that pilot program. And then ask for feedback. Get your ego out your butt. And at the end of something that you try, ask for feedback. I send a Survey Monkey. It's free. You can send it out too. I send a Survey Monkey out to my customers at least twice a year. And I ask them to judge my consultantness, my customer service. And it hurts sometimes. And I tell them it's anonymous and you can say whatever you want to. And it hurts sometimes. Sometimes I've tried to do stuff and it bombed and someone made me feel bad about it. My ego, I have to check that at the door. Like, I am in this for the long term. And if I can learn from that unhappy customer, then sign me up. I want to hear what the unhappy customer has to say, even if she's crazy and had a bad day and she's fighting with her husband and she takes it out on my survey. Oh, well, there's probably something I can learn from it. Okay. So you might bomb your first messenger party. Does that mean you never try again? If you want to win, you're going to have to push through some failures. I hope that you don't fail. I hope I've done a good job teaching this, but just try it. Okay. Well, I did what I promised and I shared with you, how I sell 500, 600, 700, even up to $1,200. That was a night. I literally was stressed out. Like, it was going fast that night. I did it right at Christmas. It was a good time. Yeah, so I'm gonna stop it at that. I hope you're enjoying boot camp. I hope that this little extra nugget is something that will help you get new customers, sell a lot of PRV, and ultimately get recruits, because we haven't talked about recruiting a lot yet in our boot camp, but it's coming. Some of you guys just don't have the customer base to sustain a lot of recruiting right now. Okay. You also might not have the PRV to either. High customer base, high PRV, easy recruiting. That's the order. Okay. So if you're struggling with recruiting, check your PRV. If you're struggling with PRV, check your customer base. Make sense? All right. I love you, friends. Keep plugging away. I know that there's a ton of excuses that Satan is going to throw at you this week. Persevere. Okay. All right. Love you guys. Bye.